Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video it's going to be a book review, and the book I chose to review today is Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. Clockwork Angel. So this book, for many of you who don't know of them, many of those of you who don't know, Clockwork Angel is the first book in the Infernal Devices. Now, this is another series by Cassandra Clare, which is set around the same era of Shadowhunters. And if you if you have been watching my channel for quite some time, you know what Shadowhunters is about, because I talk about it every time I get the chance to. So yeah. For those of you who have not read this book, I would recommend that you pause this video and go and read this book, and then come back and play the video again so we can discuss it, because this is going to be like a spoiler free. This is going to be a spoiler review. There's going to be tons of spoilers, or at least what I can remember. I will try to get my thoughts out there to you guys. So, in Clockwork Angel, we follow this girl named Tessa. Now, Tessa, she has been sent to travel from her home in New York all the way to London to meet her brother. But she soon realizes that what she ends up finding when she reaches London is a whole another different ball game, a whole different story. So let me just give you a quick synopsis for this book. So when Tessa Gray crosses the ocean to find her brother in Victorian London, something terrifying is waiting for her in London's downward. Kidnapped by the mysterious Dark Sisters, who are members of a secret organization called the Pandemonium Club, Tessa soon learns that she has the power to transform into another person. Sounds really interesting right off the bat. The Magister, the shadowy figure who runs the club, will stop at nothing to claim Tessa's power for his own. Friendless and hunted, Tessa takes refuge with the Shadowhunters, warriors dedicated to ridding the world of demons. She soon finds herself fascinated by and torn between two best friends, James and Will. As Tessa is drawn deep into the plot that threatens to destroy the Shadowhunters, she realizes that she may need to choose between saving her brother and helping her new friends save the world, and that love may be the most dangerous magic of all. So that's the synopsis. But I will say that the prologue of this book, it seemed the prologue was really action packed, and I give this book about 4 out of 5 stars, because I really enjoyed the whole writing and the whole new setting that we get to see in the same Shadowhunter world. I really love that, and it was really good. Okay, so now the first thing I want to talk about is obviously the first chapter. Now I think the first chapter, give me a second here. The first chapter is called The Dark House. So in this first chapter, after Tessa reaches London, she realizes that her brother is nowhere to be seen. The Dark Sisters came up to her and made up a lie and told her that her brother had sent them to retrieve her, and he wrote those letters to them being addressed to her. So they confronted her when she was on the port to arrive in London, and these Dark Sisters I really thought that, they were really trying to help Tessa, but we soon realized that she is being tortured by these Dark Sisters and being put through all of these horrible things because they know that she is a Dawnwolder. She is a warlock. She's a warlock. So they are trying to get her to change or force her to change into another person because she has no idea that she has the power. And they put her through all this horrible exercises, and the description of the dark house I find is really fascinating but terrifying at the same time. I mean, it's really really good. But I soon enough, when I started reading like the first chapter into the second chapter, I soon realized that okay, I don't trust and I don't like the Dark Sisters anymore because they have, they had a really evil ulterior motive. They presented themselves really calm and collected and say, "Oh, this is a little stupid mundane girl. Let's go and invigorate her and bring her in so the Magister could use her power," because they were working for the Magister. For those of you who don't know, now the Magister, his name is De Quincy, and he, well, at least that is what I thought. Now, for a little while before I delved deeper into the book while I was reading it, I thought all this time that the Magister was De Quincy. Now, De Quincy is a vampire. He's a Dawnwolder, and Dawnwolders are any class of fairy, vampire, werewolf, warlock, any being that has half human, half the blood of like half human, half demon inside of them. And De Quincy is a vampire. Now, I honestly thought he was the Magister, but then we see that in the London Institute there was this man or this caretaker named Mortman who used to be in the institute and was taking care of the two main people that run the institute, which is Charlotte Branwell and Henry Branwell. They are husband and wife, and they run the institute. Now, Mortmain, his real name is Axel Mortmain, but we just know him as Mortmain for short because that's what he goes by. That's his name. So Axel Mortmain, I completely thought he was on the side of the Shadowhunters and thing. But as I went deeper and deeper into the book, I started to realize something fishy about him. And it turns out that he was the Magister, and I was so like blown away. I never expected that coming. I was so like really really like puzzled, like how could he be? I thought he was this so calm and gentle and nice person, and he eventually turned out to be the Magister, and it turns out that De Quincy, the vampire, was working for him. No, and when I read that, I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on? And like, oh my god, the whole plot and everything, the basis of the story, even though it's set in the same Shadowhunter world, the descriptions of certain things that the characters go through and certain places that they go in London is so fascinating. I'm really excited that I got my hands on this book, and it was really good. I give it like about what I said, 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah, and I find because the introduction of the characters were really good. The only problem I had with one character was that this character was really annoying, and in my opinion, I think that character should be Jessamine. Now, how I feel about Jessamine right now at this moment, at the end of the first book, I didn't really like Jessamine at all. She was, really annoying, really self-centered and thing, because I've seen a lot of reviews about Clockwork Angel on BookTube, and in the first book, many people said that Jessamine is also herself. She doesn't care about like newcomers. She treats people who she treats newcomers in a kind of certain distasteful and disrespectful way. She treats them like she has the upper hand to everything. I mean, I get that she's a shadow hunter, but I mean, you have no idea, especially Tessa. I didn't like how she treated Tessa at all. I didn't like that at all. Um, when Tessa came to the institute and she met Jessamine and all the other shadow hunters there, um, yeah, Jessamine was treating Tessa like really really horrible. Like she didn't like her. She didn't at first glance, like when there was this scene in the book where everybody is around the table having dinner, and when Tessa was coming through the hallway, Jessamine just gave her kind of sideways glance, like, "What are you doing here?" And she was kind of Jessamine was off and really annoying, and that was probably the only problem I had with Jessamine in this book, in the first book in this trilogy. Now, mind you, this Infernal Devices is a trilogy. I currently only have Clockwork Angel, and I am very soon enough. I hope that I'm going to be reading Clockwork Prince and Princess, which is the final two books in this trilogy, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. So yeah. Overall, I found this book to be really exciting, especially the part where he came, William Herondale. Now, mind you, William Herondale is this person on the cover here, who, sorry, who is holding the sword like this. It's William Herondale. He is a shadow hunter, and I find that this next scene I'm going to be talking about, well, it was really really good, because this scene where Tessa was in the dark house, by the Dark Sisters, when they were being tortured by her, Charlotte, she sent Will out to on a mission, because they've heard about like recent murders about these warlocks. Now the Dark Sisters, they are warlocks, so they've Charlotte heard about these recent murders, that warlocks are murdering mundanes and draining them for the blood for whatever reason. So, and I just find that Will was so brave in that scene where he went in the dark house and rescued Tessa. I find that whole fight scene between those two Dark Sisters and him, it was just fight scenes all over the place, like blades slashing, zing, swing, yeah, and sparks coming out of the warlock's hand, and then Will jumps, and then he stabs one of the Dark Sisters in her chest, and she spattered back and all kind of thing, and then one of the Dark Sisters ended up dying, and yeah, I find that was really really good. I mean, that whole fight scene was so good. And then when Will rescues Tessa, he carries her back to the institute, and he tells her all kind of things about what Shadowhunters are, because she has no idea. She is clueless about this whole world. She is feeling very bewildered and puzzled to be here. Like, I was supposed to meet my brother. I don't know what I'm doing here. I was supposed to meet my brother, and yeah, she was just like very puzzled and confused as to what's going on. But as she realizes that when Will starts to like comfort her after he rescues her, he takes her back to the institute and tells her everything about what Shadowhunters are, what they're supposed to do, and there are different classes of like other beings that the Shadowhunters have to protect and rely on, like the Downworlders, so to speak. And yeah, so Tessa was very clueless, but I think that and there's so much more to this book. I want to get to the ending really quick, because I don't want to make this video too long. The ending. So after we found out that Mortmain is the Magister, when all along we thought that Mortmain was working for Charlotte and Henry in the Institute, we found out that Mortmain is the Magister, and he wants to use Tessa powers, because she soon learns that as the synopsis said, she has the power to transform into anybody that she can think of or anything. I find that really interesting, because you don't see much warlocks doing that. So back to Mortmain and Tessa. When that scene where Mortmain captures Tessa, and there's this whole, he explains his whole end game of what he's trying to like do, of what he is trying to accomplish. Now his goal is to create these kind of like, now since it's in London, this whole setting and these creatures are kind of old fashioned, but they're still good in a way, because I find Cassandra Clare has the ability to draw you in. Don't It doesn't matter what time period or what era it is. She, in this whole fantasy Shadowhunter world, she has the ability to like pull you in, and it's still so good, and keep you on the edge of your seat wanting more. Cassandra Clare is like the first person that got me into reading, or the first author that got me into reading, and she is just a phenomenal writer, and the way how she writes this Shadowhunter world is so good. So we find out that Mortmain wants to use Tessa's power for himself, and that when that scene, I was so shocked of that scene where Mortmain tells her that he created her, and that he is his real father, is her real father. Sorry, I said he is her real father, and her mother. Well, Mortmain was a demon. So I think her mother, sorry, why I keep saying his mother, Tessa's mother, she went with him and whatever, and they made Tessa, and Tessa had no idea of this up until now, and it is also revealed that Nathaniel, which is Tessa's brother, his name is Nathaniel, he is working with Mortmain. Now, when I saw that was another mind-blowing factor of this book. I find it was really, really, I once again, I never expect that come in, and I was like, oh my gosh, he is working with Mortmain. I was like, oh my goodness. And that's basically the ending, and probably, what I forgot to mention too is another part where we almost get to the ending is where Mortmain, he was like questioning and torturing Tessa, and asking her all this kind of immoral questions, and like questions that don't make sense and whatever, and she just wanted to get out of his grasp and thing. Mind you, this scene that I'm talking about in the whole aftermath after Tessa got kidnapped by Mortmain, Charlotte and Henry and all the other Shadowhunters are fighting his Clockwork army. Now he plans to create these clockwork creatures to take over the world, and then we found out that he also wants the two Dark Sisters to be alive, so they could create a binding spell that the two Dark Sisters could bind themselves together. And I find that really interesting, and we find out that one of these sisters is a full-blown demon. She just disguises herself as a warlock, and that was so, oh my god, I was just so blown away by certain things in this book. I would say that the first, like among the first 2 or 3 chapters or so, it was really slow, but at the end of these chapters, in the beginning, things started to pick up, and you started to see like things flowing and going in a motion. This book was really easy to read. It's just that certain chapters for me, I think that is why I give it like 4 to 5 stars, because the world is so fascinating, and the introduction of the characters is so good. I just found it that the beginning, I mean, I get that it's the first book in a series, but I mean that in this world, in this new era, I found it to be a bit slow, like in the first 2 chapters. But as we go along, we see the story progress, and we see more of William, or Will, and then we see his parabatai, or his partner in battle with Jem. We see Jem. Now, I think, now, in regards to Jem and Will, between there is a kind of love triangle in this book. I've heard everybody say that, and yes, it's true. I've realized that for myself. There is a kind of love triangle in this book. It's between Jem, Will, and Tessa. Now, I would want Tessa and Jem to get together, because when we see the first introduction of Jem's character in this book, I was like, oh my, he is so gentle, and like, you know, he is so caring towards Tessa and to everybody else, you know. But apparently, the only problem there was a problem I had with Will, and the only problem I had with Will is that when Jem arrived home, when Jem arrived home and Will saw him there, he soon Jem when Jem saw Will, he was like, you know, Jem was cool about it, and Jem was like, oh, so I see you met Miss Gray, Miss Tessa Gray, so and stuff. So and upon Jem's arrival home, Will is just like, he's suddenly switched. He's just like mean to everybody. He doesn't care about Tessa so much, and he doesn't, like, you know, have no remorse for certain things now that Jem is back. All he wants is probably just for Jem to be back and to just see him. And I get that they are parabatai, and I get that whatever, but Will had no right to like be mean to everybody. As soon as like Jem came back home, it was like, what's going on? And that's probably the only problem I had with Will. But apparently, yeah, I guess that is how he is for now. I guess he may change. I guess all these characters I had a problem with, like Jessamine and Will at most points, and Mortwain, of course I have a problem with the villain. Of course, most of these characters may change. And at the ending we see Tessa, she got her Clockwork Angel back, because Tessa had a Clockwork Angel around her necklace around her neck, and she got it back. And she is saved from Mortman and his terrible creatures, and Nathaniel, her brother, he is off working with him, and he escaped to somewhere. And I had no idea that epilogue was going to go like that for this first book. I had no idea that Nathaniel would be the one to be like his sidekick, his protege, and that was really mind blowing and really good. Yeah, so that's it for this review. I didn't want to make it too long, so yeah, if you guys like this book or like this video or review, I should say, please give me a like, comment, share, and subscribe. You know what to do as always. So yeah, I would highly recommend that you pick up this trilogy, or at least this first book in this trilogy, and tell me what you think about it down in the comments. Or if you have read it, you could send me a message. Let me know what you think about it, and yeah, let me know what you think about this video. Once again, Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. That's all I have for you guys today in this video. Let me know what you think about it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.